All right, so I'm going to work day 3, week 4, vertical asymptotes, number 3. Um, we have the equation f of x. Oh, these write so much better. New markers equals 3x squared plus 20x. They write cleaner too. Plus 20x minus 63 all over x plus 9. And of course, first step is factor, factor, factor. So I'm going to do 3 times negative 63, which actually gives me negative 189. The factors I'm going to use is going to be a 27 and negative 7. So I'm going to factor the top. So this is going to be 3x squared, split the middle term, minus 7x plus 27x minus 63. We're going to group them. Take out the GCF, x. This gives me 3x minus 7, plus this has got a 9. This gives me 3x minus 7. So therefore it factors to x plus 9 and 3x minus 7. Now this was all over x plus 9, and you have to simplify first to find the vertical asymptote. So the x plus 9 simplifying, I'm just simply left with f of x equals 3x minus 7. So this rational function doesn't have a vertical asymptote, but it does have a hole. It has a hole when x equals negative 9. So I could plug that in. If I do f of negative 9, this would give me 3 times negative 9 minus 7. This is negative 27, gives me negative 34. So I have a hole in this line at negative 9, negative 34. So the actual graph to this equation, even though it doesn't look like it's linear, it's actually linear. So we have an xy axis. My y-intercept is negative 7 down here. This is negative 7, and as it goes up and down, somewhere down in here where it's negative 9, negative 34, there lives a hole. Somewhere down there. So this is the actual type of graph that you would get with this equation. Even though it doesn't look linear, it's actually linear with a hole in it. Just a different type of linear equation that you've not seen before. All right. Any other questions? That always throws them when it's a linear, when this is a line.
Oh. You made it too easy for them.
Made it too easy on them. Wait till they see next week. They're going to love it. And I mean love it in their sense, not mine. Oh yeah, you see that? So that's why I know the markers are going out because the tips are getting dull, constantly writing.
Right.
Because that was much cleaner. And the erase is much better.
You should say.
Yeah, so you could put no vertical asymptotes or no answer, that's fine. Yeah. I just got to keep them separate because they look identical.
You put washi tape.
The old ones. What other questions? What other questions? And I'm going stir crazy. It is way too hot to be walking outside.
That was why I went.
It is hot outside. I guess ain't nobody got questions. There's only 3 people, minus you, 2 people on here. How many does it say for you?
3.
That's what it says for me, too. It says concurrent viewer, so I'm assuming even though you're a moderator, it's counting you as a concurrent viewer. He sure did. On number 2. No, there's a hole on 2. I can just by looking at it, I see that. You're going to have a hole at 0, 0, or a 0 something. Yeah, 0, 0. You have a hole at 0, 0. Yeah, that chat's not refreshing. This one is. What do you mean, dang? Factor out the GCF. Your denominator has a GCF of x. Your top has x squared. All right, my wife said just work it. So number 2, we have m of x equals x squared. That's a square. Over. Wow, that looks so much better on the screen than it does here.
Oh wow, I did.
It actually looks like a 2 here. It doesn't even look like a 2. 3x cubed minus 18x squared plus 24x. All right, so factor. So the bottom has a GCF of 3x for sure. So we're going to have x squared over, well, I've got a 3x. That leaves me x squared minus 6x plus 8. This is still m of x. Now we factor the inside here. We have m of x equals, I want to write this as x times x because I'm about to cancel. 3x, and this factors to x minus 2, x minus 4. This x and this x cancels, so I reduce down to m of x equals x over 3 times x minus 2 and x minus 4. To find the vertical asymptote, set your denominator equal each one of these equal to 0. This one doesn't matter. 3 equals 0. I'm just doing that just because, but that's nonsense. You can ignore any constant out here. But then we have x minus 2 equals 0, therefore x equals 2. And x minus 4 equals 0, and x equals 4. So your vertical asymptotes are x equals 2 and x equals 4, with the hole at 0. Because if you do x equals 0 from the bottom, you plug 0 back into this, you're going to get 0 divided by some number, which is 0. So you have a hole at 0, 0, and you have those 2 vertical asymptotes. Yep. Yep. I don't know what's up with the chat on the computer screen is not working. Oh, there it goes. That's weird. It'll work in the... Ah, no problem. Oh, it erased so much. You see this?
Yeah.
And it looks better too.
On it, but you're not like...
No, before I was like, my arm was getting tired, and you can see I was shredding the paper doing it. So now I know about when I have to get markers. But I've been writing a lot with them. No, I did the neon dudes. No. I got those this semester. Where we went to Michael's to get them. You got to think how much writing have I done with those?
That's what I'm saying.
I've done a lot of writing with them, and they're still usable. Huh? And they're still usable. Yeah. So any other questions, guys? For some reason, when I restore the chat into this thing, it doesn't show it. But when I pop the chat out, I can see the chat. That's a YouTube issue. I can see the chat up there.
Yeah.
So I don't need to see the chat because you'll tell me what's going on. But what else? So if you're out there listening, you're going to like next week's work. It's not as intense as what it's been. Just make sure you do it. I think this is it. Well, you know what I need to do? I need to start writing down when I work these problems what day and time I write them. so I can reference back when kids ask to go look at this video at this time.
Oh,
So I know I did 1 and 2 and 3 today, so that, and I'll go back and find the well,
4-8.
yeah. So 4, 8, 20, 20.
That's right.
So at the beginning. Probably
It's like halfway through.
448. Because I'm constantly having to go back and click through and find what, because I'm like, I know I made a video. I know I worked that problem. That's going to be about right. As soon as I got on.
First thing.
Which would still be about 448. Whatever, it's fine. It's close enough. So when kids ask me questions, go look at, I can just send them the link and say, skip to this time.
On number 4. Because
Yep, and then use quadratic formula. And then you may actually find out, because I actually worked this one yesterday on the live stream. Was it yesterday or the day before where I got the imaginaries and I said it doesn't have a vertical asymptote? It's another one that won't have vertical asymptotes, because you'll find out when you set that equal to 0 and use the quadratic formula, you'll get complex answers. So this one doesn't have any. Correct. Yeah, these rational functions are just not... You're welcome. These rational functions, this is why you can't do transformations on most of them, because there's so many different scenarios. He probably is. Knowing him, he probably is. So Alan, you need to tell your friends that I'm still doing this live stream. I know you guys are plenty smart and y'all figure this out, but I know y'all get stuck. So tell them I'm here every day at 5. Probably guess what class he's in. I have 2 algebra 2 sections. You can guess which.
Clear. I can tell.
When he uses vocabulary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Say
times.
he will.
Thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah, after I got past 100, it was like kind of click, 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 click. I was really like yesterday thinking like, screw it, I'm not doing the stream anymore. But I'm like, you know, I'm not doing it. I'm doing it for if people have questions. So, yeah. Barely in a dark place still now, but yeah. Good times. Good thing I don't have a Kodak camera on you right now. I look over there, I was like, what? What are you doing? I need to program the other TV remote so I can change the contrast. Because look, I look like I'm super red in that. But on this, I don't look red at all. It looks fine. Yeah, so I need to program one of our universal remotes so I can actually adjust. Because I base it off of that. And that's why I changed the coloring so much. But because I look red there, but on when I look at the stream, I look fine. You bet, Alan. See you later. So, good times. Well, at least next week I think they have like 20 problems to do. Some of them are just like big numbers. Yeah, glitch. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I have like 20 problems. Not for algebra 2. Guess what they're going to be doing? Solving by factoring. Solving quadratics by factoring. That's all it is what the first section of each sheet is factor these. If they're factorable, factor them. If not, say they're not factorable. And then solve by this, and then solve by factoring. They could use Dr. Lowe's method because it just says, well, no, it says solve by factoring. Got to be able to factor. Kids are they're probably tired of factoring. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. I know. Factor anything. So much easier when you use isomorphic relationships.
Because sometimes you write it down wrong because you
Yep. Yep. It cleans it up.
It does.
I know the first time you saw me do that, you were like,
When you did W's.
When the teacher called the kid out for pawning off my own work as their own. That was funny. I just got an email. Ugh. Ugh. Ain't nobody asking questions. YouTube told me that I'm live. That was nice of them. It's always way behind. And then here is today's reminder from Texas Education. Swipe. I don't think anybody got questions. No questions equals shut down stream early. You know, there's supposed to be a way that I can do like highlights in here where it would cut those individual questions out and make an individual video out of them. So in YouTube, there's supposed to be a thing when I'm streaming that I could click for a highlight. But I haven't found it yet. There's only 2 people on here now, but if I knew how to do a highlight, every time I do a video, I could start a highlight and name it, and then end the highlight. And then it keeps the stream going, but it'll record it as a separate video. That would make life so much easier instead of me just saying go to this one and go to this time. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I just write them down or click the highlight, but I don't know where it's at. Oh, right there. It says create highlight. Control H. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I know how to do it now. That's easy enough. I got it. I know how to do it. It's literally like I click a button and then I name it. So I think I'm going to do that for problems from now on. I'll create a highlight on each one of them. Oh, what's up, Brat? It's me, you, and your mom. That's it. Answer 2 questions. Can I go back and retroact highlights? There. Ends. All right, here's where I can start it. But I have to know how long it ends. So if I actually get a question, I'll just click highlight because it'll automatically populate and then I end the highlight. I don't know why you can't, because you're a manager of my thing.
I don't have.
So off the live stream, I just click. There's a like up top. There's like a little one of those signs. You know what I'm talking about? They used to use an old like action type signs up in the top right. I don't know. You're a manager of the thing. I don't. Maybe. Oh, so that's what you have. I guess it's only in the stream control. I mean, all these cords are long enough. You can actually sit over there and do the stream control yourself. Oh, something just happened to the stream. What the heck? Are you sure? Because it went black. It's blacked out on mine. Wow, that's weird. This page is YouTube's acting funny today. Then, so it looks fine on your side. Huh? That's weird. Well, 3 people, no questions. Good times. Yeah, this is concurrent 3 viewers. It just went to 3. All right, so if you guys don't have any questions that are out there, I'm going to end the stream early. I've got some adulting to do. Hopefully we can maybe figure out how to do these highlights so my wife can have control over it, so she can just hit highlight, and just name it. Make my life easier. So without any questions, I am going to end this stream. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to end this stream.